It's your girl Cadillac. Let me just jump right back into the video. Okay, like I said in the last part, we were listening to why Africans think Black Americans are lazy and other lies we've been told about you. Okay, let me rewind a little bit.
I do not support those statements. I think that different people, Africans have their own unique set of challenges, and also Black Americans have their own unique set of challenges. It's a double-edged sword. For example, while Black Americans are struggling in America, Africans are dying to come to America and try and make a living for themselves. And some of them that come there are able to build up for themselves. And so that is why when Black Americans are sort of struggling, Africans will be like, what are you talking about? That's the land of opportunities. If you can get a job, if you can da-da-da-da. Then Africans cannot seem to understand what you're talking about, right? Because their problem is not your problem. Their problem is they're just looking for opportunities. It doesn't matter the nature of the opportunity, the quality of the opportunity. They will wash toilets, scrub bathrooms, work in care homes, deliver groceries, live in the Bronx, whatever it takes to make $1 or $2 back home and ensure that their family is comfortable and they can build something for themselves at the end of the day. Then Black Americans...
Oh, now that's one thing I can say. So, you see how she said make money, they'll do any job, make money, and send money back home. They do that as well in the Haitian community. Different communities and other communities as well. And what I've seen is that's the sense of the community, of oneness.
See? She won't stop. She will not stop.
That's the sense of community and oneness. And I can say that African Americans, we don't have a sense, she's trying to see how to pull that. We don't have a sense of community like that. We don't have each other's back like that. Now, I can say that. And that's what I think was a part of what was stripped from us, because we were tribal people. We actually were. You got to sit back down. I'm not done.
I know, I gotta make her a bottle. She's not gonna stop.
We were actually, huh?
You can continue talking.
Okay, but I wasn't on the camera. So we were actually people that were together in a community. We were tribal people. And now we're broken apart. It's like instead of being together, y'all remember what was that movie? Dang, where Big Mama had died. What is that movie? When she was saying to like single fingers, we can't do nothing, but when you ball them fingers together, you make a fist and it can, deliver a blow. So together we are strong. That's why they like to keep us as single digits, units, not a whole together. We're much weaker divided. And our community is very much divided. I can say that. And I don't believe the African community, Haitian community, other Latino communities definitely are not divided, but we are. And that's why, that could be a reason why a lot of the things that she goes on to say about the things with just trying to stay afloat. A lot of the other issues that we have are because we're not together as that unit, right? Okay, so let's continue. Money's making a bottle. We doing some random stuff. This is not my usual video. I thought, now this is how this played out in my head. I thought we could go live. Y'all see me do this little retwist and we review a video. Smooth sailing, like I really figured all that out. But it's kind of real life is stepping in.
I am just making assumptions here because I've never lived as a Black American. You came to a place where Your identities will be questioned by outsiders, by yourself. You're treated like the other, in terms of opportunities, in terms
Yes.
of pay, in terms of how
It's
you
just like
relate
something
with
like
the
I'm reacting. You moved out of the camera.
So
What do
why
I
you gotta put your whole head in the middle of the camera?
What do I
Most of the
do?
time, if you cannot understand something,
Back up,
it's very
Sarah.
difficult to sympathize with it. Now, when we were growing up, we watched a lot of movies. Guess how Black Americans were portrayed in movies? You're the lazy people, you were the crackheads, you were the drug dealers, you were the guys in baggy jeans riding children
And we can even
bicycles,
attest to
you were
that.
the guys and
Y'all,
leaders,
I
you
was
were
watching Ghost. Y'all remember that movie Ghost?
We ain't gonna get
Why? Oh, why? In the movie Ghost, you remember the guy that killed Patrick Swayze? Why did they have to pick this random black man? I don't know if he was black or if he was Latino, Latino. I'm sorry. Why did they have to choose an ethnic person to be the bad guy? Like, do y'all remember that in the 80s and stuff? All the bad guys, like, it would literally be a black person. That's the random thug or the random robber or the random killer. Like, why were we always typecast like that? And now here she's saying, way in a different continent, they were believing that's how we really are and were.
absentee dad. You were the drug addict married to a white woman who's trying to put the house in order. You were the guys that were perpetuating gun violence and smoking weed and you understand, robberies. That's how black people have been cursed in movies all along. White people are always like superheroes and saviors and very straightforward.
Oh yeah, and you know what other fictional thing that we're typecast like that? On the news. They're only gonna give you that type of news about us. Good things that we do, you ain't finna see that on the news like that. Now Money says stop interrupting and chiming in and do her hair.
People. It's a deliberate thing, but that's how we have got. Before BT and MTV, there was a lot about black people that we did not know. Does that make sense? And even the way news and coverage is always done, when something happens, the way Fox is going to cover it is not the same way as a black-owned media house by black people is going to cover it. Does that make sense?
I can't see it.
And
It's so bright.
the representation
It's so
of
bright I
Black
can't
Americans
see it.
to Africa has always been
No,
very
this
skewed.
is
There was a time I had a conversation with
I feel like I'm rolling
an
booty.
entrepreneur who is currently in Ghana.
So we could show the random
It's
ceiling.
still in the same place.
Africans come to America.
Let me finish, Money. Okay.
Zoom in.
Said Africans go to live in white people neighborhood. Those who can't, like, they can't
You
wait
keep trying to get it on my
out of
stomach.
food, and they don't want
Okay.
anything to do with black people or rather black Americans because of everything that they've been told or they've seen on the media. We do not understand how the last 400 years the system has worked deliberately to hold back black people. I have a cousin of mine.
Honey, sit up,
She and
son.
her mom moved to America a long time ago. She's the
Honey,
only
you making
person
my
in our
back hurt,
extended
like,
family
you don't
that's
make
in
yourself
America. That should just tell you
comfortable,
how
yeah.
Kenyans perceive like leaving the country. And I remember asking her, I was really young. I think I was 16 or 15 when they came to visit. I said, oh, do you have like black friends? And she said, I think she was in Atlanta for school or something. She said, it's hard to relate with black Americans because they want you to be like them. No job, no house, no nothing, no future. I was too young to comprehend it, and I just remembered it when I was recording this video. And for her, as an African coming to America, she's coming to the land of opportunities, and she will do whatever it takes, right? But for people who've lived there and have been
I'm
systematically
sorry. The question I have though, if she had that outlook, wasn't she just stereotyped as well? When people looked at her, did they see, oh no, this is an African woman? Or did they just see her as another African American woman in, here in America? How would they know the difference? So if she is like typecasting and stereotyping and kind of saying, hey, I don't want to be, you know, bothered with or kind of fooled up with them because they want you to be low where they are. They want you to, which is me. She's talking about me, girl. I don't want nobody to be low. I want to come up, and I want you to come up too. But we're being generalized, and the thing is, isn't she being generalized with us though? Because how would you just, unless you know she did have her you know, her African attire on, and people specifically knew she wasn't African American. But how would you stop yourself from being typecasted? You know what I'm saying, Money?
Mhm.
Like, and for her to look down, she would still be in the same skin. Like, I don't get that.
Held back by the system, you can understand how it looks, how it feels. And so when you see that there's certain black people that are not necessarily doing well, it's not because they're lazy or they don't want to put in work. It's just you've not walked a mile in the issue, you know. I also interviewed another lady who said every time they come here, she's black like me, like she's not even mixed, it's like she's black. If she doesn't open her mouth to speak, you wouldn't know that she's American. When she did her ancestry test, most of her DNA is from Nigeria. So literally she's African and her parents just moved to America to try and give her a better life. But she says when she comes here, she's judged as an American and people are trying to rip off all the small money that she has. And she was like, people have this assumption that Americans have money, and it's true, and there's certain Americans that have money, but black people as a community have the least amount of money. Then I was interviewing Kev Boy, who told me something very interesting. He said, why is it that when black people excel in America, it's such a big deal? Because these are like unicorns. It's now beginning to happen for them. And that should tell you for how many years they were systematically held back. And he also said something. Look at the places where black people excel, black Americans, that is sports and entertainment, because this is just like pure talent. When politics come into play and strategy and then white supremacy kicks in. And it's everywhere. And
because
so
we do those
it's really
things,
for
but we don't
us, now we're beginning to educate
have the same
ourselves
opportunity
and have sort of
all
a
the
rough
time.
idea of what goes on. You know, up until George Floyd, many Africans, and I can say this with such a strong conviction, did not know how dire racism was in America. I think the first time that I got exposed to racism in America was in 2016. I was doing my internship and there was a person who was shot in the chest by the police in the streets. Yet the police had already restrained him. He was already on the ground. And I couldn't watch it twice. I was just like, how can you do this? I didn't understand what had happened. I was also really young. I think I was 20, 21. And then I just never thought about it until George Floyd. And you might have thought that it will stop at George Floyd. It didn't. It keeps happening. Can you imagine? I interviewed somebody who said hearing shots is normal. His brother was killed by the police. Can you imagine the burden that these people have to bear? And so this video is not to excuse ignorance, right? But it's to sort of put into context why some things are always said the way they said. And there's no excuse because what you perceived is not necessarily reality. If white movies are showing you this, right now there are people like, they're black entertainers who are writing scripts that reflect truly the reality of black Americans in America. In philosophy, we are taught by Dr. Olekamau, of course, you can't know hot without knowing cold. Black Americans might be all that you say and some more, but that's the cold part. What's the hot part? Even a coin has two sides, okay? We hear all these negative things about black Americans. They could be true, okay, but then tell me the positives. Tell me the good things about
That
them,
part,
you know?
if it's that many negative things about black Americans, there's always a flip side. So tell me the good things as well. It's gotta be some good. It's gotta be some good. Black African Americans. You can't tell me that all of them are bad. You can't tell me, that's why when I get off onto the black men, you can't tell me that's all young black men are doing. Because I knew a lot of young black men that weren't doing that. You can't just say all. And whenever you start to generalize everybody, that's the problem. You don't no longer do it by a case basis. Okay, guys, so I am gonna finish up Money's hair. Princess is getting kind of, aggravated. She's sleepy, so I'm gonna let Money put her to sleep. I'm gonna go ahead and, because we gotta put her little music on. I'm gonna go ahead and finish Money's hair. I'll show y'all when it's done. And I will finish reviewing this video. I really like this video and glad that I came across it. All right, guys, we're gonna end it for right now. Princess, you wanna say bye to everybody? You wanna say bye? Say bye-bye? Oh, okay, Princess said bye. Say, I'm not just like every other black baby. I'm different. We're all different. Right? We're all individuals. That's right. All right, guys. It's your girl, Cadillac.